Sam Monson from the 33rd team on how attractive he thinks the Browns' head coaching opening is.
I think it's reasonably attractive. I think generally Andrew Berry is seen in pretty high standing throughout the NFL. It's always tough from the outside because, we don't know really who the driving force behind the Deshaun Watson thing was, right? If that was ownership, then I think you give Andrew Berry an awful lot of leeway to say, look, most of what he's done has been very good, and they've been absolutely hamstrung by, I think, literally the worst single personnel move that's ever been made in the history of the NFL, the Deshaun Watson deal, when all is said and done. So if that wasn't him sort of forcing that or driving that, then you say, look, this is a good GM that's built this thing into a good situation multiple times already. And even if we've got some work to do, on the offensive line, some other areas, Andrew Berry's able to put this thing back together and all will be good. If Berry was the guy driving the Deshaun Watson thing, then it's a different conversation. And you're like, okay, sure, most of what he does is good. On the other hand, he's also made the worst mistake anybody's ever made. So that's a little bit more tricky. Obviously, it also comes down to what you read on the ownership is like, how trigger happy do we think that Haslam is going to be? Am I comfortable with the kind of runway I'm going to get to try and turn this thing around? But look, overall, I think there's some good pieces there. As soon as they get out from the Deshaun Watson contract, I think they'll have a lot of flexibility to build this thing in the right way.
Again, all very valid points.